Inspirations can come from anywhere. Today, we are going to speak with an individual who is a senior systems engineer at General Motors for navigations in US and who also has multiple patents under his wing. We have Chalan Munasinghe with us today. Hi Chalan.
Hey Shivi, thank you so much for having me in your show.
Pleasure is mine as well. Chalan, what is this exactly automotive industry is all about?
So automotive industry is basically, if you think about a vehicle, the car that from the seat to the engine and just making sure that the car can drive from point A to point B. That's it. So basically a car manufacturing company.
Oh, how did you even get into this particular industry, Chalan?
So as a kid, my sister was born and I was in McCarthy Hospital.
Okay.
My mom was pregnant with her, and then Knight Rider was one of the shows that was airing at that time.
Oh yeah, favorite our time shows.
Our time shows, yeah. Maybe this multiple generations after this, then it might disappear. But that kind of inspired me, and I prayed to God that one day maybe He might give me that car, a talking car for me to drive, and for it to drive by itself. And not only that, He gave me the chance to design part of it. I'm a small part of a big picture, but I was so blessed to be part of it. Exactly.
So, I hear a lot about you navigating from Sri Lanka to US. Just tell us about yourself, Chalan, because I know you are famous in US, but not many of Sri Lankans may know about you. So I would love to hear it from you. Just tell about your...
I wouldn't call it like much famous person, but I will say this though, like I was born here and I left to States in 2002. And then after that, my sister, she was, we got her there for university studies as myself as well. But I officially got her as my official cook.
Okay.
She was my cook, but she was complaining all the things that I made and wasn't happy about like the things I made. But anyway, so she did really well in studies.
Okay.
I was a mediocre kid. I would have fun, and at the same time, I'm not a nerd, and I'm also not a stupid person, but I'm in the middle.
Okay.
So I enjoyed, having her, and also at the same time studying abroad.
Okay.
So a few years passed. I'll still tell you a personal story that my sister got really sick, and she almost died in the United States from a rare illness. So my family was, having savings that was,
I can imagine. US,
yeah. So rupees, converted to dollars.
Yeah.
So all the savings were depleted for my sister's case, and a few years down the line, God has been amazing. Mother Mary has been like close to my heart all these years, but she was saved. Hurricane Katrina also hit. So there's a lot of things that happened. We hit rock bottom, and we are both transferred from Alabama to Michigan, where she had the treatment, rare treatment.
This is like, I'm talking about like 20 plus years?
20 plus, yeah. So 2006-5 era. So thanks be to God for everything, and He gave me the wisdom as a 20-year-old kid to find, where the institutes that had the treatment for her, and
so you were doing all the researchers at that time.
Yeah.
And wow.
We were able to find the people who had the specialists, but also amazing friends, amazing parents. The support of love and unity has helped us to carry forward, including the Americans, Sri Lankans, especially my family, everybody. So I give thanks to God for all the angels who came into our help. But after that, the result was my sister graduated with honors, Dean's List, President's List. She has a little bit of disease left in her, but it's treatable. So they saved her life in Michigan.
Right.
Here we are after that.
So you basically moved there to study automotive industry, or you simply went with the flow and then this came in?
So I went, my ambition was to become a pilot.
Oh, okay.
But after a few years of understanding...
The vehicle changed though, right?
Yeah.
From the plane to the car though.
Plane to the car, right, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
So I was worried about my eyes.
Oh.
I am a little bit, far-sighted now.
Okay.
So it's a good thing that I didn't go to that field.
Okay.
But so after that, my heart changed to engineering.
Okay.
Again, there was a prayerful decision.
Right.
So that change happened in Alabama itself.
Right.
And then I transferred to Eastern Michigan University and finished my undergraduate studies in Bachelor of Science in Electronic Engineering Technology.
Right.
And then I did my Master's in Engineering Management.
Masters in Engineering Management.
Yeah.
Okay, right, okay.
So after that, during that time, I did a few internships. I mean, this is my kind of teaching or sharing my experience with the people who are wanting to get into any field, to have that, hands-on experience, like
Absolutely.
Not just the theory will help you, but,
Absolutely.
but getting into something practical will take you a long way.
Very much. I mean, even this whole episode is all about that, Chalan, because we wanted to give something back to the youth at education, and also to let them know these kind of industries exist in a big level, maybe in locally or globally. Right. So that's why your industry is pretty interesting, because probably from your understanding, how's Sri Lankan market versus overseas in automotive industry? In case if a Gen Z person or even Gen Alpha who I'm going to, just born in future, they're going to come up in Sri Lanka as opposed to global, what sort of avenues available? Now you found it and deliberately you moved it on. But for a person from Sri Lanka, because you've been from US to Sri Lanka recently, and then you see the differences, I'm sure. Yeah. What's your take on this?
So I think there's multiple ways to slice a cat, or I don't know what they're saying is, but anyway, so it depends on, so first of all, I would say that you should follow your passion,
Okay.
And the second thing I would say is you cannot do anything alone. If you are building a house, you need masons and all kinds of talents. Like my 5 fingers, right? They're not the same. If they're the same, you can't hold a jug. It's like different unique skills and different 5 fingers.
True that.
So I believe that everybody has a talent given from God, and then they should find that talent and passion in their hearts, then follow through it. Because if you are fake, if you are putting makeup, if you're trying to follow somebody instead of trying to follow your passion, I think you might fail. Yeah.
So I've learned that you have currently 3 patents under your belt, as well as another 2 on working in progress.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about a little bit about that?
Yeah. So I'm again blessed to have these patents with my team. So when we were developing, it's called Super Cruise.
Super Cruise.
Super Cruise is the one that GPS autonomous driving level 2 that we designed.
Okay.
So this car, it's a Cadillac. We launched it in 2017, and that was part of. So for the GPS, we had 3 patents. Like for the LTE, when the LTE is dropped, you need to kind of keep at it.
Okay.
So we designed a mechanism to keep the LTE going, even though if you have a call or some sort of voice or data is going on at the time. So at the same time, we have different modes that we developed. And the third one was another precise precision, developing 2-meter accuracy, leveling for the vehicle to be in the lane.
Right.
So,
2-meter accuracy.
Right.
Okay.
So that's at that. But now it's even precise after a few years down the line. But anyway, that enabled level 2 driving for the vehicles, and I'm a small part of the big picture.
Yeah.
So there's cameras, there's different backup systems that you need for the vehicle to be very accurate in the lane. So the car can drive itself. At the beginning, when I did this testing and designing these logic algorithms, it was scary for me too, we drove miles and miles, and between between all the way to South
speeds.
Carolina and California with the mountains and curvy roads.
Oh, okay. So you test it out.
Yeah, you test it out and then you tweak it and all that. But at the same time, I think those, like I said, experience. When you are actually doing the work, you understand more about it. You learn the logs and try to tweak it more and design it in a better way to kind of make it happen. So it's amazing that I won the highest award with my team.
Oh.
It's called Boss Kettering Award at General Motors. It's the highest award you can achieve for inventions.
Oh.
And I'm so blessed to have that award from General Motors.
So you're through and through, you were working with GM, right?
Yeah. So for all these automotive, actually, my internship was a General Motors research.
Right.
So that was when I was a young kid at university.
Okay.
And then when I went to the interview for General Motors, when they found me through a database, they said, hey, we chose you because you had that internship
So they
experience.
basically handpicked you.
They handpicked me, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Okay.
So it was another God's call,
Yeah.
like he was kind of listening to my Night Rider call. I don't know. Maybe.
Night Ride 80s.
Yes, right. So, but anyway, in God's timing, it happened, and
Yeah,
they chose
okay.
me. And first thing they said, like, Chalan, you're not gonna. Do you have a girlfriend? Do
Oh.
you have kids? Do you have a wife?
Why is that?
Because we'll be giving you a brand new car
Okay.
to drive all over the United States, and you have to.
Ain't
kinda
that a
design
bachelor's dream?
these. It was amazing. Yeah, so I'm like, bring
Right.
it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all I want. Yeah.
Okay.
I can find a girlfriend later.
Later.
Right.
Priorities, right?
Right.
Shalan, in terms of this automotive industry, what are the key segments in it? For a person who wants to join new, how to basically navigate this particular industry, and what's your advice in terms of getting it through?
Yeah, anybody who loves cars, I think they should get
Okay.
into the industry.
Okay.
And there's so much to do with vehicles, right? So
Okay.
there's seats, there's the engine parts, there's like performance, like if you would like speed.
Yeah.
And there's automotive, autonomous driving. So if you like, driverless cars, there's voice recognition. If you want the car to talk, if you want this,
So many.
There's the sky is the limit. Like
Okay.
the car is like a plane now.
Okay.
You can make it a plane. So you can make it there's so many things you can do with it. I think the infrastructure in Sri Lanka is still not ready yet for that. Okay. But if somebody has a creative mind, doesn't matter, how crazy people drive here. You can make a car to adapt to that. So just the logic. The software has to be, developed. So there's so many things you can do. You just have to have the heart for it. Which one you have the passion for. So after that, sky's the limit.
So if in Sri Lanka, a person who wants to explore this market in this industry, do they have options here, or it has to be overseas right now?
I believe that Sri Lankans have the capability to do this. They're smart people here. Very
In terms of
smart,
education, qualifications, paperwork,
So-
do we have it availability here
Oh,
to
yeah.
learn about that?
You can. I think it's better to explore overseas markets because
Okay.
you can get more things that you might not see here.
Infrastructure-wise and everything. Yeah.
Infrastructure-wise, and what the technology they have, because they might have certain things that Sri Lanka may not know at this time.
Yeah.
They might only see it in the movies, but
Yeah.
So those things, how that happens, like how they get it done, it might be easier for them to kind of understand that portion of it by getting that exposure abroad.
And what's your advice for the younger generation who comes in on this, exploring this market? What do they need to look for?
They should look into, first of all, they should look into what they want to do in the engineering market for automotive. And the second part, I think, is then understanding, interviewing people who are already in the market
Yeah,
to figure out, okay, what did they do to get into that? So me, of course, I always had the passion, right? God guided me to the company that I wanted to be at this moment. So I think if they can find that passion first and then explore how to get into it is this next step. But as far as how to get into it, they feel free to kind of share my credentials. I'd be happy to answer any questions they might have.
Thank you, Shalan. Thanks a lot. And I'm sure that you've got a good gist of the industry in terms of automotive industry and the Night Rider cars, of course. I'm going to search a little bit more because it sounds really, really interesting too,
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. And once upon a time, we thought those things are just in movies. Now it's in reality. So sky's the limit. So stay tuned with Executive Insights to know such interesting industries in future.